There are moments in every parent's life when silence becomes the loudest scream, and for Angelina Jolie, that silence came crashing down when her daughter, Shiloh, walked out the front door and didn't come back. For years, Angelina fought the fiercest battles, some on the red carpet, others in the courtroom. But no red carpet glare or paparazzi flash could prepare her for the one battle she never wanted to face: watching her daughter grow up, make adult decisions, and choose a path that didn't include her. At just 18 years old, Shiloh Jolie-Pitt didn't just move out of her mother's towering Hollywood mansion. She moved on. And not just to another house or apartment, but into an entirely new life, with a girlfriend by her side, reportedly sharing intimate moments outside their shared home where the cameras were already waiting. Tabloids wasted no time splashing headlines like, "Shiloh moves out to be with girlfriend." But to Angelina, this wasn't tabloid fodder. This was real, raw, painful. Because while the world saw a rebellious teen embracing love, freedom, and independence, Angelina saw something else. She saw a goodbye. Sources close to the family say Shiloh had been planning the move quietly for months. While her siblings remained largely private, Shiloh took a different route. The same child who once appeared tomboyish on red carpets in suits and ties now seemed ready to fully step into her own identity. Not just as an individual, but as someone deeply committed to the person she's reportedly dating. Photographs taken outside their new home show Shiloh and her partner looking relaxed, cozy, and very much in sync, hugging, laughing, completely at ease with the attention. It was a moment of joy for them, but for Angelina, it was another heartbreak in a season full of them. This is the same Angelina who once told Vanity Fair she built her entire world around her kids. "They are my everything," she said. "Every decision I make, every step I take, it's all for them." But it seems no amount of parenting, protection, or sacrifice can stop time or distance. What makes this even more raw is the timing. Just months after Shiloh's 18th birthday, where she officially gained the legal right to make independent decisions, she didn't just exercise that right, she used it to draw a line between herself and the world she grew up in. Reports claim that Angelina had no clue about how fast the relationship had progressed. One insider reportedly said, "Angelina knew Shiloh had been seeing someone, but she didn't realize it was this serious. She thought she had more time." But time, it seems, had other plans. It's no secret that Shiloh has always marched to the beat of her own drum. Even as a child, she stood out. Whether it was her sense of style, her energy, or her refusal to fit into a mold, Shiloh represented something refreshing and sometimes rebellious. And perhaps that's what makes this moment so difficult for her mother. Because while most parents expect a level of detachment once their child turns 18, few are prepared for the cold realization that they are no longer the center of their child's universe. Especially not when that child has been a constant in the stormiest chapters of your life. Let's rewind. Angelina's divorce from Brad Pitt was nothing short of a media circus. Custody battles, leaked court documents, accusations, and public breakdowns. Everything played out under the world's microscope. But through it all, Shiloh remained by her mother's side. There were moments when she was seen clutching Angelina's hand, shielding her from cameras, or comforting her after tough legal days. Now, that same hand that once clutched Angelina's is holding someone else's. And while the world celebrates Shiloh's romantic freedom and independence, Angelina is reportedly struggling. Sources say she's proud of her daughter, but behind closed doors, she's emotional, heartbroken, possibly blindsided. And here's where it gets complicated. Angelina's relationship with her own children has always been unique. She's never played the traditional Hollywood mom role. Her home wasn't just filled with love, it was filled with activism, culture, therapy, art, and a deep sense of purpose. She made sacrifices for them. She pulled away from certain films to be more present. She distanced herself from toxic Hollywood circles, and now the very child she tried to protect from that world is stepping out into it without her. One family friend reportedly noted, "It's not just about the move, it's about the message. Shiloh didn't just want space, she wanted a clean break." And here's the part that stings most. Photos of Shiloh embracing her girlfriend weren't hidden. They weren't guarded. They were public, proud, even performative. That visibility sent a signal, not just to fans, but to her family. This isn't just a teenage phase or a private romance. This is Shiloh stepping into a new chapter of adulthood unapologetically. And whether intentional or not, it left Angelina in the shadows. For someone like Jolie, who spent her life defying conventions, raising a diverse, blended family, and standing up for women's rights, this shift feels ironic, because the same independence she instilled in her children is the very thing now creating distance between her and the daughter she once considered her shadow. Insiders say the two still talk, but it's not the same. Conversations are reportedly polite, brief, and rarely personal. Gone are the long late-night talks, the shared playlists, the mother-daughter trips to Cambodia. Instead, Shiloh is now curating a life that doesn't revolve around Jolie at all. New friends, a new partner, a new home, a new dynamic. And the world, they're watching every move. Online reactions have been split. Some fans praised Shiloh for embracing who she is and making bold choices at a young age. Others questioned whether this public display of affection so early into adulthood is a sign of rebellion or something deeper. But regardless of public opinion, one thing is certain. Angelina Jolie is in uncharted emotional territory. She's the mother who once adopted and fought for children across continents, and now she's navigating what it feels like to lose connection, not to the system, not to the media, but to her own flesh and blood. There's something haunting about it, because behind every celebratory headline, behind every viral photo of Shiloh looking happy and in love, there's a woman alone in her mansion, staring at an empty room that used to echo with her daughter's laughter. Angelina Jolie now faces a new reality. Her daughter Shiloh, once her constant by her side, is intentionally stepping into adulthood and farther away from her influence. While public-facing reports show pride and support, inside sources say daily communication has become infrequent, brief, and noticeably cool. Shiloh's name change, dropping Pitt officially at 18, was a quiet declaration of independence. Now moving in with her rumored girlfriend in a shared home cements that separation. Photos show them relaxed and affectionate, an image of freedom. But the message to Princess Jolie, it feels like it was meant to be seen. Angelina has long prioritized privacy, intentionally keeping her children out of headlines whenever possible. Yet now, despite the family's efforts to guard their personal lives, paparazzi images have fueled speculation that Jolie may be processing both a celebration of her daughter's freedom and a loss of a part of herself. Shiloh has always preferred background, not spotlight, but her public affection represents a turning point. While she may still be quiet, the choice to live independently, happy, and public signals she's fully choosing her own path. From a parental perspective, Angelina reportedly admires her daughter's courage, but privately she's also reportedly mourning the transition. The child who once mirrored her mother's style and beliefs is no longer a reflection of Jolie's identity. Instead, she's becoming someone new. As for the siblings, Pax, Vivian, Zahara, Maddox, and Knox have each maintained their individual journeys, and Jolie has adapted to separate lives. Shiloh's move may mark the most public divergence yet. While no signs of sibling conflict have surfaced, one insider says the dynamic now feels different, less collective and more fragmented. Professionally, Angelina's current projects, whether activism, film direction, or regional humanitarian work, may also play a role in this distance. She spends significant time overseas and in private campaigns for social justice. Those commitments may keep her physically and emotionally far from the day-to-day lives of her growing children. Shiloh, gaining independence in LA, is now her own anchor. And legally, her adult status strengthens her choices. Her living arrangements, relationships, and social media presence are her domain. The emotional core of this shift goes beyond living arrangements. It points to a broader story of legacy, identity, and letting go. Angelina once echoed on camera that nothing was more important than her kids' sense of safety. Now she's watching the person she loves most test the limits of that safety by choosing life outside of her protective orbit. Ultimately, this moment isn't about confrontation, it's about redefining relationships. Shiloh didn't just leave a house, she moved past a chapter. And while Jolie continues to support her legacy, in public conversations, she emphasizes unconditional love. Her personal heartbreak is unmistakable. Now, public sentiment remains split. Voices cheer Shiloh's maturity and freedom. Others lament the emotional fallout. Regardless, the narrative everyone's watching has changed. A chapter ended, another, fully hers, is beginning.